Tonight we report on a prison sentence in the Freda Burger King robbery, and hundreds of people turn out for the 6th annual Country Sweethearts fundraiser. What's going on in sports, Bob?
Thanks, Alan. Big Bend basketball takes 2 from Yakima Valley, and Moses Lake Swim and Dive takes the District 6 swim meet. Let's take a peek at our Weather Center forecast.
Mixed precipitation along inland northwest and rain continues across our immediate region. There is a break from this wet weather. All the details in a bit.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFiber One News.
From the iFiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber One News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber One News, and it starts now.
A man will serve more than 12 years in prison for robbing the Ephrata Burger King in October. Aaron Shelton, a 32-year-old Ephrata man, pleaded guilty in Grant County Superior Court to robbery, assault, kidnapping, and theft. The charges were lessened as a part of a plea agreement. Shelton has 5 previous felony convictions and was sentenced to 12 years and 6 months in prison. Shelton entered the fast food restaurant, walked behind the counter, and began threatening people with what appeared to be a revolver. He was wearing a mask and holding a khaki-colored bag. He ordered the manager to the back of the store and demanded money. Shelton got into a van and threatened the driver, ordering him to flee police. The driver struck a utility pole and escaped while Shelton was arrested. Habitat for Humanity of Greater Moses Lake celebrated the completion of their 13th home and handed over the keys to a deserving family. Reporter Cameron Probert has the details.
For Alexandra Colin, Saturday marked the first day in her new home. The Lowry Drive house is the 13th built by Habitat for Humanity of Moses Lake. Colin, her 3 children, and her mother were living in a 2-bedroom apartment before she applied to the organization for help.
And then there was mold in the bathroom, there was mold in the rooms, and I knew that I needed to do something, financially I wasn't able to get a bigger place at that moment, but when I applied for Habitat, it helped tremendously.
She said it was an amazing feeling when she heard she was chosen to be the next partner with Habitat.
It was a weight lifted off my shoulders. It's like, that help that I've been asking for. They, gave me that opportunity to be a homeowner is just a dream come true.
She and her family worked at least 300 hours on the house and helped with the organization's Festival of Trees fundraiser. They helped install the floor and clear rocks from the yard. For Colin, her volunteering isn't going to stop with the construction of her new home.
I'm going to continue volunteering. I'm very appreciative to them, and I'm very grateful that I want to continue helping other families to be able to have their homes as well.
For iFiber One News, this is Cameron Probert reporting.
Jose Perez de Leon is accused of stabbing a male during a fight at a Quincy party. Prosecutors charged Perez de Leon, a 26-year-old Quincy man, in Grant County Superior Court with assault in the 2nd degree. Perez de Leon and another man were reportedly kicked out of a party at a home in the 100 block of D Street Northeast on February 1st and became angry. They allegedly kicked the front door until people opened it and a fight started. Perez de Leon allegedly stabbed a man in the upper left torso area, and the victim was taken to Quincy Valley Medical Center for treatment. Perez de Leon reportedly claimed a friend was attacked and he tried to help and was assaulted as well. He told officers he ran away. The Soap Lake Box Derby is postponed for a 2nd year because of unresolved issues with East Main Avenue's renovation. Mayor Raymond Gravel informed the Soap Lake City Council that the Soapbox Derby downhill raceway from near Soap Lake Library east to the intersection of Main and Canna Street has not been sanctioned by the All-American Soapbox Derby Association for the event this year. The announcement came after the council approved completion of the city's $2 million downtown renovation and sewer project. The association is concerned with the safety impacts of narrowed streets, manhole covers, and the new rounded surface added to improve drainage. And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
And we'll take a short break and be right back.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of as many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
There's something new and exciting happening right now at your nearest Toyota dealer. It's the arrival of the all-new 2014 Corolla, now featuring a new stylish exterior, plus a premium interior loaded with technology, including Toyota's N-Tune multimedia system with navigation. Corolla has definitely evolved. The best part is, right now you could take advantage of special introductory savings. The new 2014 Corolla, available at any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places.
Good to be with you, everybody. I'm Ceci Gutierrez with your local weather report from the One News Weather Center. And it is brought to you by your Bike Clarity Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Let's begin with a quick look at your headlines. Rain on and off during the next few days. Some light rain occasionally, but we do see a break in this wet weather pattern. Rain tapers off overnight tonight with a high-pressure system building across the area and will remain in place as we head into this Tuesday overnight. Wednesday night, the story changes a bit. So we are definitely welcoming this break in this wet weather. The weekend looking much more promising. Here's a quick look at the conditions during the past 24 hours across Ephrata. Temperature topping out around the lower 50s and the low around 42 with the sunset at 5:12. Here's a quick look at the high temperature across Moses Lake with readings around 51 and the low 38, the sun setting at 5:12. These above average temperatures will continue during the next few days, and even a warmer air mass expected to filter into the area during the next few days. Temperatures right outside your door, right around the 50-degree mark with mostly cloudy skies. Skies expected to clear as the night progresses. Now, with all of this rain, there is some concern arising due to all this wet weather along the steep regions of the Cascade Mountains for potential mudslides and also small rock mudslides along the steep slopes of the Cascades and across the northern portion of Idaho. Now, we notice wet weather pushing across much of the inland northwest as well, and some mountain snow across the region cannot be ruled out to continue even as we head into this Tuesday. So the wet weather lingers across the higher elevations across the area mountains as we head into Tuesday. Wednesday overnight, the story changes. We are anticipating for increasing cloud cover and the potential for light rain even as we head into this Thursday. Here's a quick look for Tuesday afternoon along the northwest. A wetter looking scenario, but along inland northwest and across the basin, drying up considerably even as the night progresses overnight tonight. Here's a quick look at your extended forecast. We'll notice that mild temperatures will remain in the forecast. Drop in these readings expected as we head into the second part of the weekend. Dry conditions and a prolonged dry air mass expected to remain in place as we begin the weekend on Saturday with these temperatures in the upper 50s. This segment brought to you by your Bud Clarity Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. We'll be right back with sports.
What better way to start the new year than in a new Toyota? We're making it easier than ever with 3 ways to save. Your choice of financing as low as 0%, up to $2,500 in customer cash back, or low payment leases on your favorite Toyota model, like RAV4, now just $199 per month. Just pick your favorite Toyota, the best savings options for you, and drive away. It's that easy, so start your year right. For full details, see any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places.
Just when I thought the blizzard couldn't get any better, DQ put the blizzard inside a waffle cone. This is mind-blowing. So when DQ asked me how I would tell the world, I said... Sounds better in Italian.
Pretty impressive, Liz. Any blizzard, like confetti cake, now in a fresh baked waffle cone. This is fan food, not fast food.
The Running Vikes got back in the win column with an 86-46 shellacking of the Yakima Yak Saturday. Sean Wells was on hand for the action and files this report.
The Running Vikes were looking for a bounce-back conference win against Yakima Valley. Big Ben's Alonzo Ramos had great effort throughout the game, setting up Connor Meyerhofer here.
Rebound, though, by Ramos. Hands it off to Meyerhofer, who's fouled and one. Connor Meyerhofer gets the bucket for Big Ben.
Check out this reverse layup finish by Ramos.
That's no good rebound. Ramos, he gets up. And what a shot there by Alonzo Ramos. Just a wicked reverse layup, falls in.
DeAndre Johnson had a nice game for the Vikings, but it was Alonzo Ramos leading all scorers with 16 points.
Makes it 30-24. Here's Ramos. This time, Spencer, he hits.
Up by 12 at half, the Vikings pulled away in the second.
A.J. Miles is starting to heat up from 3.
Great defense continued for the Vikings, leading to this Donovan Wright jam.
Ramos, fast break here for the Vikes. Donovan Wright, he's going to slam this one down. Donovan Wright getting the crowd fired up here.
Big Ben crushes Yakima Valley 76-46.
Ramos, he's going to do it himself.
The Vikings are now tied with Columbia Basin for first place in the NWAC East region. For Fiber One News, Sean Wells.
4 players scored in double figures, and the Lady Vikes rolled past YVC.
Nice little post move there by Mackenzie Winley.
It was the 4th win in a row for Big Bend, who moves to 3-5 in East Conference play. Mackenzie Winley shot a sizzling 73% from the floor to lead all scorers with 19 points. Chelsea Baker gave the Lady Vikings a huge lift off the bench, hitting 7 of 10 attempts for 15. Riley Jamette put back this shot to give her 14 for the game. Aubrey Vale finished with 10. The Lady Yaks hung tough for the first 20 minutes of the contest, but trailed 38-28 at the break. Big Bend exploded for 46 second-half points to run away with it.
Baker does wisely there. Now LaRue's going to shoot a 3. Elizabeth LaRue.
The win evens the Lady Vikings' overall record at 12-12 and moves the team up a couple of spots and into a tie for 5th with Treasure Valley.
Falls in and out. Rebound, Elizabeth LaRue.
Moses Lake Swim and Dive edged Richland 379-368 to capture the District 6 championship. The Chiefs took 6 of 12 events and set 2 records along the way. The inaugural district meet at the new Moses Lake High School pool came down to the last relay. Moses Lake held a slim 5-point lead going into the final event, the 400 free. A Richland win, and the Bombers take the top honors by a point. Richland led at the halfway mark. Moses Lake came back with a great swim out of Zach Johnston to take the lead. Brendan Eslick, who was named Big Nine Swimmer of the Year, put the hammer down with a fantastic finish to give the Chiefs the win. Well, congratulations go out to 3 Moses Lake Special Olympics basketball teams that turned in outstanding efforts at the regional tournament in Spokane. Moses Lake had 1 second and 2 third-place finishes. The players in the photo here are members of the Warriors who brought home bronze medals for placing 3rd in the Master 5 category. We'll be right back after this.
my name is Cheryl Kono. I am your local Ephrata Farmers Insurance Agent. Here at Cheryl Kono Insurance Agency, our customers always come first. We don't just work here, we live here. Please stop by the office, call, email, or Facebook me for a free auto, home, life, business, or farm and ranch quote today. We are insurance. We are farmers. Come in for a free quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Our spotlight story tonight is about the Columbia Basin Cancer Foundation's annual Country Sweethearts fundraiser in Moses Lake. More than 200 people attended the event to support people with cancer. Reporter Cameron Probert has the story.
Hundreds of people gathered Saturday to support Columbia Basin residents suffering from cancer. The Columbia Basin Cancer Foundation held its 6th annual Country Sweethearts fundraiser at the Grant County Fairgrounds. The dinner and auction helps fund the organization, which provides financial and emotional support for cancer patients and their families in Grant and Adams counties. Angel Needler, the foundation's executive director, said the event drew 256 people, the largest crowd in the event's history.
This event pretty much is the money that we use year-round for our cancer patients. So we give it out about $4,000 or more a month to local cancer patients. So we are 100% funded by local communities and businesses, and 100% of that money goes in back to our patients.
The nonprofit organization pays for items the insurance doesn't cover, including fuel, groceries, support groups, and quilts. They help patients starting with their diagnosis and through their treatment.
We're hoping to raise over $75,000. Last year we raised over $65,000, so I'd like to see this year increase. That's my goal, over $75,000.
Along with a live and silent auction, the attendees heard from 2 patients who were helped by the organization. Desiree Cole, a breast cancer survivor, said the foundation helped her when she was diagnosed in August 2013. She described the experience of being diagnosed like going down a rabbit hole into a frightful world. A friend from church told her about the foundation.
When I walked through the doors, it was like going into your grandmother's living room. It's big stuffy couches and lamps and little knitted hats and blankets, and it was just very homey and very comforting.
The organization provided food and gas cards and a holiday dinner. She thanked the people attending for their support of the foundation, which supported her. David Jordan told the crowd the foundation helped him after he was diagnosed with neuroendocrine cancer 2 years ago. A co-worker told him about the foundation. When he went, he received unconditional support from the staff.
They call me regularly on a weekly basis, just checking how I'm doing, seeing if there's anything at all that I need. And that I feel is the best support of all, just knowing that there's someone out there that cares about you and is there for you when you need it.
The support from the foundation helps him and other people suffering from cancer, he said. For iFiber1 News, this is Cameron Probert reporting.
And we'll be right back after this.
Have you been to iFiber1.com? The most up-to-date news in the Columbia Basin is just one click away. With news, sports, and weather, you can stay in the know with what's going on in your community. Read your news on the go by visiting iFiber1.com on your tablet or even your phone. Follow us on Facebook for quick updates and discuss the news with others in our area. Your #1 news source in the Columbia Basin is iFiber1.com. Check it out today.
Attention business owners. The deadline is fast approaching to advertise in the 2015 edition of the Moses Lake Local Book. Don't be the only business left out. In print or online, it's the best way to reach your customer when they're ready to buy. Call today to place your ad by calling 877-738-9829 or by visiting us online at www.statewideyp.com. The Moses Lake Local Book Telephone Directory. Simply the best advertising.
Welcome back. A woman is going to jail for trying to wipe blood on an Ephrata police officer's face. A jury convicted Anita Whistler, a 52-year-old Soap Lake woman in Grant County Superior Court, with assault in the 3rd degree. Whistler has no previous convictions, and Judge Evan Spurline sentenced her under a first-time offender waiver to 10 days in jail. Whistler was the passenger in a white Ford Taurus driven by an allegedly intoxicated man on May 16th. The officer stopped the car on State Route 282 near Nat Washington Way after seeing the vehicle cross the center line and the fog line. While the officer was arresting the driver for DUI, Whistler began a dispute. After she returned to the vehicle, she blew her nose and got out of the car and tried to wipe it on the officer. More than a third of the ballots for school bonds and levies have been turned in. Ballots need to be mailed by Tuesday. According to the Grant County Elections Office, the election decides school levies for Moses Lake, Ephrata, Quincy, Grand Coulee, and Odessa, and a bond for the construction of the second Moses Lake High School. Election Supervisor Sue Raymaker said from the 29,479 ballots issued across the county, 10,105 ballots were submitted by Friday morning. The levies require a simple majority of 50% plus 1 to pass. The bond requires a 60% supermajority to pass. Officials believe they could see an estimated voter turnout of between 50 to 60%, but added they won't know the exact amount of voter participation until the election is over and the final count has been verified. Dale and Kelly Wentworth are representing Ephrata in an aim to attract tourism to the city. The City Council approved 2 $800 agreements with the father and daughter to help promote tourism to the area. The Wentworths were contestants on CBS TV's Survivor. The season brought pairs of family members to San Juan del Sur, Nicaragua, to compete for $1 million. Kelly Wentworth lasted 5 episodes, and her father Dale Wentworth lasted 6 episodes before being voted out of the competition. The pair represented the city at the Pacific Northwest Sportsman's Show and Sport Fishing Boat Show between February 4th and February 8th. City Administrator Wes Crago said the notoriety the Wentworths received from the show would help attract people to the city's display. In Northwest news, the water is receding, but some people along Washington's Hood Canal on the peninsula are cleaning up from a massive flood that forced them from their homes on Friday, some in swiftwater rescue boats. Cairo's Joanna Small reports.
A day and a half after torrential rain and a devastating flood in Brennan, the Duckabush River has receded but not relented. And on Kelly Road, the water has relented but not receded. The Shadbolts are lucky. In 2007, they raised up their house to avoid this. The homes next door to them flooded yesterday and were evacuated. Chopper 7 got this footage of a family of 5 being rescued. Karen Shadbolt says their home is dry.
It was bad. It's scary, but we know that we are safe. When Clallam County Water Rescue came through, they asked if we wanted to leave, and we said, we're fine.
So are their neighbors down the street in the only other house built higher. But even that family had water 2.5 feet in their garage.
I had a chainsaw that got flooded and a bunch of different stuff that it probably would be shot. I got it running, but it'll probably be shot because everything gets, the water gets in it.
Both the Duckabush River and the Pierce Creek converged to create this mess, but neighbors think the majority of the damage was actually done by the creek. It's supposed to run behind those mobile homes back there along the road, and neighbors think there is a better way to contain it.
And they could dredge that out of there or do something with it, because all this water's coming this way.
All the water coming down the hillside also caused 2 mudslides, one in the middle of the night Friday and another while we were there today. Neighbors are used to the flooding, but some say this is so bad, if there's no dredging, there's no guarantee they'll stay.
When you put me on the news, tell them to put the house for sale there. Good price.
In Brennan, Joanna Small, Cairo 7 Eyewitness News.
That's going to do it for us here at I-501 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.